guys, and welcome back for week 3 of your beginner Hatha Vinyasa Yoga Flow with Mariah. For today's practice, you will want to have some kind of thing that you can use as a yoga strap. This does not have to be an official yoga strap. You are welcome to use a pants belt, a bathrobe belt, a long piece of string, a resistance band, or really anything that will be able to grip to your foot or that you can grip in your hands behind your back. Anything that will be sturdy and long enough for that. Once you've got your props, let's settle in for our meditation. So get into a comfortable seated position. For me, that usually looks like Sukhasana, crisscross applesauce. But for you, that might look like legs extended straight in front of you. Rock back and forth on your sits bones and find a nice spot where you can sit up tall. Room for your diaphragm to move, but you feel nice and comfortable. Inhale, squeeze your shoulders up and into your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. Take any other movements or adjustments you need. And start to blink your eyes closed or soften your gaze. Draw your attention into your breathing. Begin to release your day so far, or release any expectations you have of this practice. Allow your thoughts to drift by like clouds on a windy day, and let your full focus be on cultivating a rhythm to the breath. Begin to softly drag the breath across the throat, creating a light constriction or an ocean wave sound. Finding your ujjayi or victorious breathing to build heat within the body and focus within the mind. Soften your jawline. Relax into your hips and shoulders and smooth the space between your brows. I invite you to place your hands together at heart center and take a few more deep breaths here, just feeling out the rhythm of breath in your body today. In your time, slowly begin to blink your eyes back open. Now that we've developed some breath awareness and some mental focus, we'll add in our asana or our movement. So starting the same way we've started the past couple of practices, flip your palms to face upward from your seated position. Squeeze your shoulders into your ears, roll them back and down, and inhale, grow tall, letting your spine come nice and long. On your next inhale, float your arms all the way up. Your palms can touch, but they don't have to. Pause at the top. And use your exhale to float your hands back down to your knees. Use your inhale, the whole inhale, to draw the arms up. Use your whole exhale to float your hands back down. Breathe in, hands up. Breathe out, hands down. You can breathe in and out through either your nose or your mouth, but connect the breath to the movement and notice where you feel sensation here. Are there any pockets of tightness or stickiness? Or does this movement feel smooth today? Take 3 more cycles of these, moving at your own pace. release your hands forward onto the yoga mat, coming onto your hands and knees in your tabletop position. We'll come into our spinal movements, this time finding some flexion and extension. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze and your tail high for cow pose. Exhale, push the ground away, press your chin to your chest, tuck your tail for cat pose. Inhale, hammock your belly, look up, tail high. Exhale, push and round, chin to chest, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, push and round, chin to chest, tuck your tail. Inhale, hammock your belly, open your heart. Exhale, push and round, separate the shoulders. Take about 4 more cycles of this and don't be afraid to make it yours. Add in some elbow bending, some tail wagging, some circles in the neck, whatever feels good for your body in this moment. Take 1 more cycle. Come back to a neutral position in your tabletop and draw your knees mat's distance apart and big toes together. Press your bum back towards your heels and creep your arms forward until your forehead can come down to the mat. If that feels really difficult to access today, know you can always lift your hips a little higher or draw your knees closer together to bring the forehead to the ground. Take 3 deep breaths here, embracing the feeling of your rib cage and expanding into your inner thighs. With nothing but love and gratitude for your body, allowing you to breathe deeply. From your child's pose, prop up onto your elbows. Inhale, lift your right arm high, look up to your right thumb. Breathe out and slide your right arm underneath your left arm until your right shoulder and maybe your cheek can come all the way to the ground. For a deeper stretch, walk your left fingertips further forward and breathe. You can keep this pose here, or for a deeper spinal twisting action, lift your left arm high and sweep your left hand towards your right back pocket. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deeper breath in, deeper breath out. Release your left hand down if you lifted it. And inhale, lift your right arm back up nice and high. Look up to your right thumb. Exhale, release your right hand down. Inhale, lift your left arm up high, gaze to the left thumb. Exhale, slide your left arm underneath your right until your left shoulder and maybe your left cheek can come down. For a deeper stretch, walk your right fingers further forward, or lift your right arm up high and draw your right hand towards your left back pocket. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deeper breath in, deeper breath out. Pull your right hand back down if you lifted it. Slowly inhale your left arm all the way back up to the sky. Look to your left thumb. Exhale, release your left hand back down. Press up through your tabletop position. Let's charge up, building a little strength in our core and our upper body here. So from your tabletop position, draw your knees back and come all the way onto your belly. Your feet can be together or lightly separated. Press your hands underneath your shoulders, ground into the tops of your feet. Add little to no weight in your hands. We're using the strength of our backs here. Inhale to pull your chest up. Gazing forward, little baby cobra. Make sure the tops of your feet are pressed down. You know you're doing it right if you can lift your hands and you don't move your back bend. Look up softly, deep inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, peel your chest up again. You can float your hands or not. Look over your right shoulder. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, peel up one more time. Maybe hover your hands, maybe keep them grounded. Press the tops of the feet down, look over your left shoulder. Deep breath in, push the earth away. Exhale, lower all the way down. This time, prop up onto your elbows. Push into the elbows, peel your chest up, pulling the shoulders back and down. Now pull your elbows back and your chest forward and look up softly. This is our Sphinx pose. The deepest stretch here involves this isometric sensation of pulling elbows back and chest forward. Softly look up, deep breath in. Exhale, lower all the way down. Now plant your hands underneath your shoulders one more time. Press the tops of the feet down. Inhale, peel your chest up. Hover your hands, keep your feet down. Stay here or interlace your hands behind your back and press your knuckles toward your heels. Lift your chest higher, feet stay down. Inhale, push a little bit further, look up softly, hold, and exhale, lower down. Whew. All right, plant your hands, tuck your toes and lift up into your knees, back into your tabletop position. Now coming from here into a little bit of flow with our chaturanga preparation, let's do our first one, a knee plank together. So remember, knee plank is not hips over knees. Knee plank is hips pressed towards the ground, making a diagonal angle towards the mat. Push the earth away, puff up your shoulder blades, squeeze your elbows inward, and let's slowly lower all the way down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press back up through your tabletop position. Know that you can always stay on your knees here. It's a great way to build some strength without sacrificing your form. If you'd like to try it with your knees lifted, get ready with me now. Rock forward on your toes. Push the ground away. Puff up your shoulders. Squeeze your elbows inward and lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to the belly. Press back up through your tabletop position one more time. Plant your hands, tuck your toes, and lift up your kneecaps for your full high plank just for a moment. Note where your hands and feet are, and start to lift your hips high to the sky with a generous bend in your knees, coming into downward facing dog. This is how far apart your hands and feet should be. Resist the urge to walk them closer together. Now press one heel towards the ground, bend your other knee towards your chest, and then switch it out. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. You can stay here, taking this movement, massaging out the hamstrings, or you can play with bending both knees, swiveling your heels left and right, or finding any other movement that suits you. You can also always put your knees down and take a break. Down dog is a really active and stretchy position. Take 2 more breaths wherever you are, embracing whatever this shape does for your body today. Come back to stillness in your downward facing dog. Now from here, press your chest towards your thighs as hard as you can. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out and press your heels towards the ground as much as you can. Don't worry about what it looks like today. Focus on the feeling you get, any fire in your shoulders and core, stretchiness within your legs. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. And take one more deep breath in and let it out. Woo! Place your knees down. And if you're like me and that made your wrists a little bit sore, draw either your wrists to face towards each other or the heels of the hands to face towards each other, or maybe fingertips all the way towards the kneecaps. Tuck your toes. Exhale, press your bum back towards your heels, stretching the wrists. Inhale, forward. Exhale, press back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, press back. Inhale, forward. Draw your fingertips back towards the top of your mat. All right, putting it together, finally coming into some of that flow. So, tuck your toes, lift your hips up nice and high, finding your downward facing dog. Take one deep breath here. Inhale, rock forward into either your high plank or your knee plank position, and slowly lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to the belly. Press into the tops of your feet. Press into your hands. Lift your chest upward. Your arms might extend fully, they might not. And exhale, tuck your toes again. Lift your hips up high, back to your downward facing dog. This is our Chaturanga Vinyasa. Vinyasa means to move in a meaningful way. So allow this to be at the pace you need, modifying as much as you need. And send yourself some gratitude for trying something new and difficult. Inhale, rock forward into your high plank or your knee plank. Exhale, lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, press up into your back bend. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward dog. Let's take that flow 3 more times. You can move with me. You can take your own pace. You can even take breaks if you would like to. Listen to what your body is telling you and find a balance between challenge and rest. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, lower down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, press up. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale to high plank. Exhale, lower down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, press up. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips. One deep breath here. Last round, inhale, rock forward to high plank. Exhale, lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, press up. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips. One more deep breath and down dog. Release your knees down. Whew, and if you've got some sore wrists like me, find either heels of the hands towards each other or fingertips towards the knees. Tuck your toes. Exhale, press back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. All right, let's adjust into some standing poses to focus a little more on strengthening and stretching into the lower body. So make your way all the way up to standing and come up to the top or the short edge of your mat. Step your right foot up to the top of the mat and take a big step back with the left foot. Left toes face the long edge of your mat. Right toes face the short edge. Peek down at your feet and make sure your right heel is in line with your left foot arch. Then bend deep into your right knee and windmill your arms open into a T shape. This is our warrior 2 shape. We choose how far we take this. If you'd like a little less fire in your legs today, you can always straighten your right leg more. If you want more fire in your right leg today, bend deep as you can, as far as 90 degrees. Check in with your breathing. Exhale, bend a little deeper into your right knee. Look over your right fingertips and let your arms be strong. Nice work. Inhale, straighten into your right leg. Sweep your left hand down your left thigh and your right arm high to the sky. Look up to your right thumb. This is our modified reverse warrior. Breathe in. As you breathe out, bend back into your right knee. Release your right forearm to your right thigh and your left arm up nice and high. This is extended side angle. Let's make it into a vinyasa or a flow. Inhale, straighten your right leg, left arm back. Right arm up, look up. Exhale, bend the right knee, right arm down, left arm up, look up. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. You can keep going like this, or if you want an extra challenge, keep your right knee bent the whole time. Inhale, reverse. My right knee stays locked where it was. Exhale, extend. You can also feel free to play around with arm shapes, making the movements bigger or smaller. Let's take 3 more of these. Notice your breathing. If you've lost it, come back to it. Good. Meet me back in stillness in your warrior 2, then straighten your right leg. Pivot all 10 toes to face towards the long edge of your mat. This is where we need to grab onto our yoga strap. So grab onto whatever you have to use for your yoga strap today. Keep your feet out nice and wide. Draw your toes ever so slightly in, heels ever so slightly out. Now take your yoga strap in between your hands. The further apart your hands are, the lighter the stretch. The closer together your hands are, the deeper the stretch. Press your knuckles towards the ground. Puff up your chest, look up. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, start to fold forward and let your hands pop off of your back. If they feel like they're getting kind of stuck, walk your hands further apart so you can stretch deeper. Use your breath as an anchor and a tool to deepen here. Inhale, lift an inch, make your spine long. Exhale, fold a tiny bit deeper. Press your knuckles a little further forward. Aim for 4 deep breaths here. Each exhale, sink a little further into the shape. Let gravity aid you. One more breath here. Slowly curl all the way back up to standing. Drop your strap and place it off to the side. Whew. It's natural to feel some soreness in the legs here. If you'd like, you can give your hips a little shimmy. Then pivot so your left toes face the short edge of your mat. Your right toes face the long edge of your mat. Left heel is in line with right arch. Bend your left knee. Open up your arms. Find your version of warrior 2 on this side. You get to decide. That's the beautiful part of yoga. For more fire in your thigh, bend deeper. For a little bit less fire and more focus on mindfulness, straighten your leg more. You choose. Ground deeply into all 4 corners of both feet. Deep breath in. Breathe out, maybe sink a little deeper into your left thigh. Look over your left fingertips, let your arms be strong. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Sweep your right arm back and your left arm up. Look up. Exhale, bend your left knee. Left forearm to left thigh. Right arm up and over. Look to your right thumb. Inhale, reverse. Right arm back, left arm up. Exhale, extend. Left arm down, right arm up. You can keep going like this, or you can keep a deep bend in the left knee to challenge your lower body strength. Build more fire within the legs and the glutes. Let's take 4 more of these and make it your own. Play with your arm movements, straighten and bend as needed. Close your eyes. What would feel good in your body today? Take 1 more. Slowly press up through your warrior 2. Straighten both legs and pivot all 10 toes towards the long edge of your mat. Grab onto your yoga strap 1 more time. 1 more round of our wide leg fold C. Take your strap behind your back. I'll face the other way this time so you can see the back side a little bit better. Start with a nice wide grip. Press your knuckles towards the ground, puff your chest up. Deep breath in. Exhale, start to fold forward. Pop your knuckles off of your back. If they're getting stuck right here, then walk your hands further apart so there's more space for your arms and shoulders to move. Each inhale, lift an inch. Each exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Though it may feel very counterintuitive, ask yourself where you can soften here. Where are you holding tension that is not benefiting you at all in this shape? Unclench your jaw. Release any white knuckling. Take one more breath. Slowly curl all the way up to seated, or up to standing, excuse me. Take a pause at the top, let the blood flow back down. And maybe shimmy your hips out a little bit here, unsticking anything that may have come up. All right, grab back onto your strap. We'll work on our balance pose for today. So we've been working on tree pose. Today we have the option to extend that a little bit or not. It's up to you. Feel free to grab onto a chair or some wall space. If you're not close to any surfaces or wall, no worries. Let's do the best we can. So keep your strap in your left hand and put your hands on your hips. Look down at your feet and plant your left foot down strong. Kick your right toes out and pull your right foot up inside your left thigh. Squeeze into your glutes. You can stay here or you can pull your foot up a little higher. Maybe a little bit more, or maybe a little bit higher. For more hip opening, press your right knee out. Stay here or maybe grow some tall branches. If you wobble and fall, that's okay, just come back. Option B is to take your yoga strap and hook it around the sole of your right foot. Place both poles of the strap into your right hand, left hand onto your hip. And we can start to work on opening the right knee out to the side, using the tension of the strap to help find some balance here. You also have the option to start playing around with straightening and bending the leg. It might be a small movement, or it might be a big one. Find your breath and play with shapes for the next 4 breaths here. If you fall, don't stress. Falling is a part of learning. See if you can even challenge yourself to have some fun with it. Take one more breath here. Slowly release your right knee back to center. Take your strap off, put your foot down. You might feel a little sore in your left foot. Just know that that will pass. It's very normal. All right, shifting to the other side. Draw your strap into your other hand, so your right hand, hands to your hips. Look down and find your drishti, your looking place that will help your balance. Shift weight to your right foot and kick your left toes out. Pull your left foot up where you'd like for it to be, ideally lifting it to the same height you did on the other side. If this is your tighter side, just keep that in mind as you go through your practice. Ideally, we want to always do the same depth on both sides, meaning our more flexible side might need to peel back a little bit. Breathe deep. You might grow tall branches for your tree, or you might play around with hooking your strap underneath your foot, holding both poles with the left hand. You can bend and straighten with the leg in front of you, or pull it out to the side, and then stay there, or then bend and straighten. Take some time for almost childlike play. If you fall, make sure that you're feeling safe about your shape, but just enjoy the process. If it was easy, everybody would do it. So enjoy the challenge here. 3 more deep breaths. Slowly pull your left leg in, release the knee straps. Place your left foot down and your strap off to the side. All right, nice work, my loves. Let's come down for some seated stretches to end our practice. So for our back bend today, we'll try something new. come into a tabletop position and lift all the way up onto your knees, shoulders over hips, hips over knees. Take your hands to your low back and squeeze your elbows in together as much as you can. Press your pelvis forward so your spine is one continuous line. Inhale, imagine a string pulling your spine a little taller. As you exhale, push your hands into your low back. Press your hips forward. Maybe you start to look up. You might even trust enough to open up your throat. Let's hold here for 3 breaths. Embrace the challenge of it. 1 more breath. And exhale, slowly start to come down. Let your chin come into your chest. You might feel some elevation within your heart rate. It's very normal in back bends. It'll pass. Let's take 1 more round of that. Lift back up onto your knees. Take your hands to your low back. Press your pelvis forward. Inhale, grow your spine long and tall. Exhale, press your hands into your low back. Squeeze your shoulders and elbows together. Start to open up your throat. Maybe if you're feeling brave, you can reach 1 hand back for 1 foot. Eventually, maybe grabbing both feet with both hands. If this isn't happening today, don't pressure yourself. 1 more deep breath. And exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Swish your feet out in front of you and draw the soles of your feet together. Grab onto your feet or your ankles, whatever's most comfortable. Inhale, squeeze your shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. And slowly start to flap your butterfly wings a little bit. Then inhale, grow tall. Exhale, lead with your heart as you fold forward, chest towards the feet. If you want a deeper stretch, you can press your knees open with your elbows. It's really important here to keep the back flat as long as you can, so we can stretch all the way into the lumbar spine and into the hip flexors. Inhale, lift an inch. Exhale, fold to your deepest edge with a flat back, then start to curl in, bending and rounding into the thoracic only after we've stretched through the low spine. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, slowly curl all the way back up to seated. And make your way onto your back. Start with your knees bent and your feet planted. Shimmy your shoulder blades softly and comfortably together underneath you. And lift your feet up to the sky. If you'd like, you can take some ankle circles here. You can bend your knees and straighten your feet out, or even kick your feet a little bit. Just releasing some tension and enjoying a little time to be upside down, which is really healing for our nervous systems, calming for the body. Stay here or bend both knees towards your armpits. Flex your feet towards the sky. Crunch up and grab what's there. Might be the backs of the thighs or the knee pits. You might be able to grab towards the pinky edges of your feet. If you grab those, pull your head, neck, and shoulders back down and pull your knees towards the ground outside your rib cage. This is our happy baby pose. Take a little time to enjoy it. Find a little more childlike play. You can rock side to side and kick out a leg. You can pull your feet together like butterfly or take anything else that speaks to you. There's no right or wrong here. There's just exploring what your body needs. Check in with your breath. Maybe start to close your eyes. And slowly release your feet back to the ground and begin to set up for your Shavasana, your final resting pose. So that's any shape where you're nice and comfortable on your back. Feel free to keep a slight bend to your knees. Place your hands somewhere comfortable, maybe outside of your side bodies. or overhead, or even one hand to heart, one hand to navel. Slowly shake your head no to relax through the back of your neck. Blink your eyes closed. Take a deep inhale and hold at the top. Exhale, sigh it out your mouth. Imagine your whole body surrendering to the weight of gravity. And your thoughts slowing down, filtering until you finally reach one thought at a time. And maybe, eventually, no thoughts at all. Take rest here, and I'll let you know when it's time to wake up. Take a deep breath. And bring a little soft movement back into your body. In your time, slowly make your way up to a seated position. The light and goodness in me sees, bows, and honors the light and the goodness in you. Wherever and whenever you may be practicing, I hope you will accept my gratitude for allowing me to hold space for your practice today. Go in peace and see you next time. Namaste.